I got the invitation, I was given a warning that in case if I go over time, the organizers will switch off the lights. So one precaution that I want each and everyone to do is to get a torchlight. Since I have your attention, I have a few questions to ask. Is happiness a chance or a choice in our lives? Do we need to do phenomenal things like winning an Olympic gold or reaching the zenith of Mount Everest to attain it? Or can we choose to be happy in life and find joy in little things? Fasten your seatbelts, as in these few minutes we're going to explore whether happiness is a chance or a choice in our life. Think about the first and the last thing that made you happy. Maybe it's the birth of your child. I'm leaving out the singles here. A promotion at work. Sounds good. Or a simple act of kindness from a stranger. Whatever that feeling is, hold on to that feeling in these moments. You'll thank me later. Growing up as a kid, I had a few relatives who were alcoholics. My parents were workaholics. And then there was me, a chocoholic. I don't know how I controlled myself in the break with those snacks. I didn't like school very much and I used to get very poor grades. These used to disappoint me even during my weekends. To cheer me up, my parents used to get me a box of chocolates. The moment I saw those box of chocolates, a spark of joy flowed through the veins of my body. I knew things weren't great, but that spark, wow, priceless. I gulped all those chocolates as if there is no tomorrow. While I was gorging all those chocolates with vigor, my parents came and told me, if you want to be happy, you need to excel in life. What can I say? That was an uninspiring ending to an inspiring start. At that uninspiring moment, I did not realize that happiness is a choice that I make, not a chance that I take. As far as excelling in life was concerned, the only thing I excelled in life was to get XL as my shirt size. Some days, if lucky, it used to be double XL. In 2016, when I stepped on the weigh scale, I weighed a gigantic 92.8 kgs. Certainly, all that chocolate gorging that I did in the past made me look less gorgeous. Excel in life, really? Hence, I decided to study and work really hard. There are times where I studied and worked hard in such a way that I ate only one meal a day, believing that after doing all these stunts, happiness would come to me. In 2019, I graduated my master's degree with a first rank and I shrunk myself to a trim 62 kgs. I thought after doing all these stunts and theatrics, happiness would come to me. But I was wrong. It did not. At that moment, I did not realize that happiness is a choice that I make, not a chance that I take. In 2020, a pandemic changed the course of our lives, including mine. And I think one of our speakers also got the gift of COVID. All my dreams, hopes and aspirations at that time, boof, shattered. Looking back, it seemed as if my happiness depended on those dreams, hopes and aspirations. Hence, I was disappointed. In the darkness of that disappointment, I did not know that happiness is a choice that I make, not a chance that I take. In 2021, as the pandemic prolonged, so did my disappointment. But one day, one day, for no reason, this time I did not step on a weigh scale. I just decided to look in all disappointment in front of a mirror. A spark of joy flowed through the veins of my body. I knew for sure that things weren't great, but that spark, I could remember it. That was the same spark which I got as a child when I gorged all those chocolates. Now I realize that happiness is a choice that I make, not a chance that I take. Post that epiphany, I made a lot of changes in my life. Firstly, whatever life gives me, whatever challenge life puts me in, I've decided not to complain. I decided to be content with whatever I have. I rejoiced in the way things are. Later on, I realized I don't lack anything. Secondly, I decided to stop myself comparing. Secondly, I decided to stop myself in playing the game of comparison. I just realized that each and every one of us have our own stories of perspiration and inspiration, hence, why the comparison? Why wasting time on that? I think if you're still inspired to do that game of comparison, I can tell you that you can get a free ticket to a beautiful destination called disrespect. Thirdly, every day in my life, no matter how hard the situations are, I spend some time laughing and smiling at myself. If not, I will run to a store and grab myself a chocolate and gorge it with all my vigor, because happiness is a choice that I make, not a chance that I take. So, what was the first and the last thing that made you happy? Is there an element of complaint in it? Are you content with it? Are you comparing yourself to anyone? Are you smiling and laughing when you think about it? If you do not complain and are content with it, if you do not compare and can smile and laugh at that particular thought, I can assure you that happiness is a choice that you make, not a chance that you take. Don't stress yourself so much, because no matter how hard the situations in life are, all of these will change. Happiness is something that you can choose to have, like a piece of chocolate. So what are you waiting for? Choose happiness. Choose to smile. Find joy in little things in life. And I can assure you, when you make happiness the choice of your life, yes, I'm talking to you guys, your life will be much better.
Lovely speech, and I have to make two comments. Just before I called his name, this very lovely gentleman was eating a bar of Tim Tam. I saw him gorge that last biscuit before he came here, and that made me very happy. There you go. Our second speaker tonight is Stuart Vogel. Stuart is a retired Presbyterian minister, and trust me, I had to practice saying Presbyterian. He started playing chess later in life, where he often loses to the more experienced players. Stuart finds that in losing lies freedom, the freedom to learn and find inspiration from other people. He also told me to be nice to him today. I'm trying. The title of Stuart's speech is The Inspiration That Comes from Being a Loser. Please join me in welcoming Stuart. Was it nice to you?
Yes, you was nice. You were nice to me. Thank you very much. And it just happened to know that in Australia there are 332 ways to spell Presbyterian in the census. So there are various, well, we won't say anything about our Aussie friends. I just want to say tonight that I find that I am an inspired loser. And the reason why I say that is because the clearest way to explain that is that about 5 or 6 years ago, I came back from Seoul in Korea, and there was no